Good morning, Spirit of God Christian Church. And here we are on day 2 of our church-wide fast. I'm so thankful to God to be able to come to you this morning. And I want you to know that we have completed one day of the church-wide fast. And here we are on day 2. I tell you already, the camaraderie piece that we talked about in our intro for the fast has already begun to take shape, because some of our members have already begun to support one another, be there for one another, encourage one another on this journey. And I thank God for a congregation that will be there for one another. So now, one of the things I normally would do when we do church-wide fast is that I would give you scriptures each day that were centered around fasting. But in 2022, what the Lord has really challenged me to do is to provide scriptures that are centered around trusting Him, being that we're in a year of trusting God to do as He pleases. So being that each of the scriptures that you'll find on our church app and church website for the 21 days of fasting, they're going to all be centered around trusting God this time around, because that's the place that God has us in. So today, let's go ahead and go into our scripture. It's Psalm 37, verse 3. And it says, "Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture." Oh, this is my father-in-law's favorite scripture. God rest his soul. If you ever encountered him at some point in the time in a conversation when it was appropriate, or even before you left his company, he'd say, "Remember now, trust in the Lord and do good." And boy, I thank God for him. And I thank God for him pouring that scripture and pouring that concept into me and into all those around. But today, what I want us to do on this day 2 is to make sure that we do just what the scripture says. Let's trust in the Lord and do good. So let's today be deliberate and intentional to go out and do good. Do good to those in your household. Do good to those who cross your path. Do good to those who may not even have been done good to you. But let's make sure that we go out, show an act of kindness, speak a word of encouragement, show some love to somebody. And here's the real one to really test us in this time of sacrifices. Let's go out and do the good deed of forgiveness. Let's forgive someone who may have wronged us. Forgive somebody who may have hurt us. Forgive somebody who just needs to know that God forgives them too. Let's go out today, not only to put our trust in the Lord, but let's back that up with actions. Remember, I always tell you, Spirit of God Christian Church, that we are to show the gospel before we even share the gospel. So today we have another great opportunity to show the gospel by trusting in the Lord and doing good. But look at the promise of God. God said, you'll dwell in the land and you will enjoy safe pasture. If you want that provision, if you want that peace and that protection, he says, trust me enough to go out and do good, especially today. So here we go, Spirit of God Christian Church. Day 2. You got this. I promise you. Put your trust in God. Go out and be deliberate and intentional. Do good to somebody. Be good to somebody. And watch God do what he always does, which is be good to us. Day 2. Let's go get it. God bless you and God keep you.